Okay, so I'm outside. It's pitch black out. Look at this. Pitch black. Trees. So I'm outside doing 6 a.m. coffee with Shanda. Hopefully I don't wake up all the neighbors. Anyway, so the internet is just not working along the coast right now. So I'm having to problem solve 6 a.m. coffee with Shanda and be out here in the freezing cold. Look at me, I'm all bundled up. Anyway, talking about doing whatever it takes to serve, right? Anyway, the only thing I really wanted to talk to you about today, if you guys are just doing 6 a.m. coffee with Shanda, keep your eye on behind me because it's pitch black and I can't get the internet inside of my living room right now. So I'm doing a 6 a.m. coffee with Shanda out here in, I know you East Coasters and you people in the snow would never say that it's cold, but it's cold in San Diego right now. Anyway, I'm all bundled up. Here's all, I'm just gonna kind of get to the point here and just say, pay attention to the thoughts that you're having. Are the thoughts that you're having taking you out of freedom? Are they putting you in a position where, today could be productive or it could not be productive and it's kind of a crapshoot depending on how your mood goes? I invite you to look at what are the things that trigger you on a regular basis that have been in your life for more than, let's say, 30 days and they're still in your life now. And what could you do about them? Instead of like, how do I change somebody else? How do I, move to a place that I like, instead of like being in this conversation of like changing something externally, which I get. Like, I think you should live wherever you want to live in the world. I think that you should date, marry whoever you really want to date and marry. I get all of that stuff. But the truth is that often we create and sabotage the things in our life that really could work out. And so I just invite you to look today, and I invite you to even share this with someone who needs to hear this. And which I think all of us need to hear and remind ourselves about this. But it's like, you are powerful enough to make a decision on what's going to drive you crazy and what's not. What's going to steal your power and what's not. Every time you get frustrated, you actually give your power away. So think about even running your business on a daily basis. I mean, if you get frustrated, emotionally triggered, or even like sit in self-doubt for a long periods of time and not actually complete the things that you say you're going to complete, then you're giving your power away. Do you really want to give your power away? I mean, I'd hope you'd really not want to give your power away. And so, like, you just, like, even this moment, like doing 6 a.m. coffee with Shanda in the pitch black, like, look at behind me, in the pitch black, instead of doing it in my living room because there's no internet. There was a time in my life that I would have been so frustrated about that. I mean, behind the scenes, I would have been like cursing and frustrated. And I just kind of laughed and grabbed my coat and ran out the door. And so, and by the way, I don't mean like, I don't want to edify me at all because I was a train wreck. You know what I mean? I was a complete train wreck. But I will say that I want to stand as what's possible is not getting emotionally triggered every time, somebody's better than you in your space, or every time, your spouse or your partner drives you crazy or does something that's nuts. The other day, Ash, this weekend, I had gone and my husband helped me pick out all of this amazing new sound equipment for a leadership training we're doing. And my team had ordered it, but it wasn't getting here on time. And so I was like, you know what, let me just go do it. So I go do it, and Ash comes with me and he does it. And it's all in the back of, like, we're talking thousands and thousands of dollars worth of stereo equipment was like in the back of my car. Like, I have a G-Wagon, so the back's like super, super high. And so it's all piled in the back. And I was like, this is like a perfect recipe for someone to break into the car, right? And so Ash says, you know what? I'm going to take our son to his grandparents, and then on the way back, I'll drop off all the equipment at my office. And I was like, I'm crying out here. It's so cold. It's so funny because I live in San Diego. It's probably not that cold, but anyway. But he didn't actually drop it off when he got home with our son. And I looked at him and I said, that's all right. I'm not triggered. I'm not mad, but it is your word, right? And so, I'm not mad, honey, at all. And he's like, yeah, you're right. And by the time I got up in the morning when our son went to sleep, not only did he put my son to sleep, but he actually left in the middle of the night, went and unloaded all the stereo equipment. And in the morning when we got in the car to go to church, holy cow, you just scared me. I was like, whoa. So was great. Being a female in the dark is like... Anyways, so by the time we got up to go to church in the morning, he had already emptied everything in the car, and he kept his word. And again, another moment that I could have been really emotionally triggered with my husband, which I wasn't at all. Like, not even that much. It was just, but you do. So my point is, you do get to speak your mind and be honest with people, hold people around you to a high standard. But you getting emotionally charged around stuff like that, and don't get me wrong, I'm not perfect. I mean, things that emotionally charge me still is people talking behind my back, people not being loyal. Those are things that like massively still charge me. And I'm working on that. I mean, that's been in the last 6 months, I've had a huge opportunity to deal with that. And that has been, one of my biggest blessings, because, I even found myself talking in my head about the person who talked about me a couple days ago. And I was like, why am I still like rehashing this conversation that this person is still talking about me? And I was like, am I emotionally charged? No, not really. But our mind has a way of rehashing these things inside of our life or about people that we care about or don't care about. And it causes us to typically react or get emotionally triggered or do things that really are not in our highest purpose, and it definitely affects your freedom. If you're an entrepreneur, one of the biggest advantages and edges that you get is learning how to not be emotionally charged when a client or a customer leaves you, or somebody writes a bad review about you, or like any of that, right? It's about how do you actually become so low on the pressure meter that nothing really faces you. Because the truth is the bigger your company gets, the more stuff goes wrong all the time on a daily basis. And you don't want to be like launching those toxins and those worry toxins and that's cortisol back into your body every time you get frustrated. So I just invite you to look at and challenge yourself. Forget about changing the people around you. Forget about like having to move to a certain city to be happy. Like, forget about all of that for a minute and just get yourself like unemotional about the things or the thing in your life that typically has your power. So I just invite you to do that, because I'm telling you, something else will shake free in your life. And when that thing shakes free in your life, you're going to reap the benefits of that. So you have got the power to do that. So you don't have the power to change people. You don't, like, I do not have the power to change my husband. I do not have the power to change my team members. I don't have that power, but I do have the power over myself to make sure that I react in a way that holds my power. And I'm proud of myself at the end of the day. So what is that for you? If you want to be vulnerable and you want to share on your on the thread, go ahead and do that. I think it always makes us feel better when we know other people are dealing with the demon that we're dealing with. And other than that, I'm going to end Coffee with Shanda here, because I'm standing in the pitch black outside and I'm on the coast of San Diego and I find it very cold here. I'm literally in my winter, like, go to Whistler jacket in the snow. But anyways, so tomorrow we have a very special Coffee with Shanda. I will be in a leadership training tomorrow. We have HCL1 going in, Hardcore Leadership 1, which is very exciting. We have a sold-out class going in and just some incredible people going in. And I'm super excited about that. But my friend Alex Mendozian, if you don't know him, he's probably one of the smartest marketers ever. I think that he might have coached Brendan Burchard too. Like, he's incredible. Anyway, so he is going to be leading my 6 a.m. Coffee with Shanda, and he's going to be talking about repurposing. How do you do something like this, a Facebook Live, or let's say a great training for your clients or your customers, or a great video? How do you do something live once a week and be able to repurpose it so that not only do you attract many, many more customers, clients, but you experience the freedom that you're looking for, because you can parlay that onto many, many platforms and grow massively quicker than you probably are right now if you know how to do this. So I do this. I do one video like Coffee with Shanda, and then we repurpose it in a lot of different places. And so how do you do that in a seamless manner? He's freaking brilliant at it. So not only will he be on 6 a.m. Coffee with Shanda, but I'm sure he'll have some sort of a PDF or something for you to be able to work and actually, like, in moment, get the results that he's or start working through whatever he is teaching. So it's all about repurposing. So please show up for 6 a.m. Coffee with Shanda tomorrow morning. I will miss you guys. I'll be in the training room, and I will see you the next day. All right. Bye, guys.